All right, welcome with Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things I want to tell you is brought to you by Dispose LLC. This is Garbage Company doing great things, and one of the things I want to tell you is making major changes. I gave y'all a little bit of hints. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more as we go. I give you the name of the new company that I'm working for and all the things I'm doing, but I'm gonna make you wait. Okay, so anticipation is everything. So if you really care about what all I do, you got to stay tuned. Just know I'm driving all the way from Tennessee all the way back to Atlanta
Woo.
to make all this happen. It's 7 hours, and then you don't see me complaining. I'm very happy with the new company and what I'm already doing. It's stretching me, but it doesn't stop me. So just understand when things come, quit crying and understand a blessing,
Yes.
and then you understand your lesson.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I can tell you I learned at Dispose LLC. So check them out whenever you get a chance. But I got to get back to this person been rocking with me over 5.5, going on 6 years now. Come in every time with a smile. Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Doing good, Jay.
Man, still got that smile, y'all.
Everything's lovely, bro. You know me. Ain't no need to. Ain't no need to do anything but smile.
I
bruh.
mean, you got a lot of big things going on too, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I got a lot going on. The Minecraft suite is sweetening up, right?
You're about to sweep the nation.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir, and potentially the world. Hey, listen, I did some research the other day. It's pretty easy to get 5 or 6 languages out of your stuff, and send it around the world. So excited, man, working hard. Life is always gonna be a little tough, but you got to have a mindset to say, I'm gonna achieve something. And when I look over my shoulder, all the hard work will be will never be void. You know what I mean?
That's what I like to hear.
So yeah, man, everything's well. How you doing, Smooth Jay?
Man, let me tell you. Like I said, the road trip be killing me, man. I ain't gonna even lie. That traveling and I ain't gonna. But when I look at the overall picture of what I'm trying to do, is one of the things I got to put in work. I said I wanted this, so now that it happened, I can't complain.
Right.
Different than coming back here. Like, why am I complaining? I drive back and I got to go do something that I love to do. Complaining ain't gonna get me nowhere. Right. So I constantly got to put in work. When I get done with this, I got to put in a little bit more work. Yeah. And then some people be like, yo, man, so it's just all work, no fun. First of all, I'm having fun because I love what I do. I promise you, half y'all stuck in jobs that you're not happy with because you're doing something other than what you was called to do. And that's why you're miserable. But don't bring your misery to me. That's why I can't hang with everybody and I can't have everybody in my circle because your misery ain't going to help me. My drive is for me. And anything I got to do, I got to work hard at it. You feel like you ain't got to work, keep that shit away from me. I am one that knows I got to do what I got to do, and I'm going to put it in, and my fun is going to be in enjoying my work, but it can't just be all fun. That's the problem. I did that when I was 20. I wasted my 20s just chasing people and having fun. Now I got to get work in because I got to leave a legacy. That's that dash between the beginning date and the end date. That dash in between, those tombstone, when you go, that's the impact your ass going to leave. And if you don't do nothing, it won't mean nothing. That's up to you. And I'm trying to get this work in.
A great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
Queen Anonymous.
And we got Queen Anonymous in the house. Yes, and Queen Anonymous is gonna get on the stage with us here.
One day. We don't never know when.
I'm coming in.
Yeah.
Queen Anonymous is really a Queen Anonymous.
Yeah. And so
what she look like, who knows?
And so we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. We got a great show lined up for you. Tonight's topic is for the grown ass men. Fellas, at what age did you stop cheating? What happened that made you more honest?
Oh Lord,
that's the assumption that you are more honest. Right?
Who put that one in?
I don't know who put
what's going on.
Oh my goodness!
But we're gonna have a good dialogue about the things that men are aware of in relationship to cheating. Yeah, and we want you folks to just sit back, relax, enjoy the show, really get involved in the dialogue. How do our opinions and stories change yours or, support yours? What are you going to do in the end? What are you going to change about yourself that will make watching this show of real value? And if you ask yourself that question, by the time we get done with this show, I think you're going to find some powerful answers.
I agree.
And so we want to thank you again for being here with us. We always start the show off with a prayer.
Oh, yeah. Knock them out, baby.
And of course, I got a nice little prayer lined up for us.
Okay. What you wrote down for us?
Tonight, we just want to focus on big wins.
Okay.
Right? Don't we all want some big wins in our life?
Yes.
And, there are those big wins that the Lord has already set for us. There are those big wins that the Lord has already sent our way, but they're being held up by the enemy.
Oh.
And then there are those big wins that we have deep desires within our own hearts. Sometimes they're little bitty things.
Okay.
But we want to talk about big wins tonight. So let's hand it over to the Father.
Give
Heavenly
them.
Father, we just want to thank you again for
Yes.
your awesome power and love and your grace and mercies in our life. We know that we are nothing and can achieve nothing without your power and your strength. We're asking tonight, Lord, for big wins. We want to win in every area of our life. And in order to win, Lord, we need your extreme favor in our lives to protect us and surround us with a luck and a progress that no man can give us. We ask for divine spirit to come into our lives and make our yokes easy and lighten our burdens. We're asking, Father, for something a little out of the box here, our unfair share of the good of life. Can keep us continuously blessed, Lord. Allow your intelligence to be revealed in our lives so that struggles and pains and challenges just disappear like they never even were there. We're looking for our divine destiny, Father. Release us from the bondage of this world, from the bondage of doubts and fears and worries and concerns. Put our minds in order, Father. Allow no resistance to come into our path. Keep us, Father, filled with confidence and faith and strength. Allow no worry to come into our minds. We're asking, Lord, to be humble and thankful as we receive and experience the biggest wins that you can ever bless us with. We ask that you would be here in this show tonight to do your good and perfect work, to speak your intelligence. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. All right. All right, Pastor Kraft.
Amen.
Oh, shoot. Woo. You're going to put Preflo Collar out.
Listen.
Where you going to do that thing, ain't you?
You know, one of the words right here that is interesting was unfair share.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
How do we receive an unfair share? That means God is going to give us something that we ain't got to worry about deserving. We ain't got to worry about the mistake we made and maybe even some of our current foes that get in the way of our opportunity for righteousness. We don't have to worry about those. We can just receive a greater blessing from God than we might even deserve.
Preaching.
Unfair share.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can receive an unfair share by when you know, there was one passage in the Bible that says may the prosperity of the wicked come into the hands of the righteous. Right? Sometimes when people try to take advantage of you, at the end of those scenarios, the Lord can make it so that you win and they lose. That's your unfair share. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That means he steps in and he does a powerful work and turns around something that might take you down or hurt you or put you in trouble, but he lifts you up. And so the enemy thought they was being smart,
Right.
but you know, the Heavenly Father knows how to turn all that around, and you come out blessed in the end. Righteousness pays, and I don't know if everybody is aware of that, but doing the right thing always pays off. It pays big dividends, and I'm encouraging you folks to practice righteousness. It is one of the things that can keep us out of trouble. Right? Because if you're practicing anything other than righteousness, you're probably going to have the law of karma hit you right in the face. Right? You lied to somebody about something real important and they needed to know the truth, but you didn't tell them the truth. And guess what's going to happen with your interpersonal affairs or with somebody over here or a big project that you had and you were waiting on something to happen, but you got lied to, you got led astray, run them up. Right?
Go ahead, tell them how to land on that Plymouth Rock. Go ahead, Kraft.
Listen, what goes around comes around.
It's
and
so
that's
true.
the way our universe works. And so if you never put out bad, then you don't have to worry about receiving bad.
That's right.
Right. And you know, I want to talk a lot more about that actually from the interpersonal standpoint. I won't do it right now, but I'll let it go at that.
I don't know, man. You're doing a great job.
He's telling you.
I really kind of like that, man.
Yeah, man.
I needed that.
Yeah.
Because I'm always trying to do the right thing, but you get pulled to sometimes see that the easy way is the less than.
Yes.
And I really feel like, no, I've been working too damn hard to go that route. But I'm looking at you and I'm seeing you do it, but I still choose to stay on my path.
Right.
And unfortunately, I don't see other people still doing that because they would rather go down the easier path, even though it leads them astray.
You know, I'm not judging the world, but it seems like the righteous are few. Mm-hmm. It seems like there's only a few people who's going to do what is right day in and day out. And so what does that really mean for us? That means we have to be on guard.
Yeah.
Right? That means we are surrounded by those who might take, hurt, kill, steal, and destroy. Mm-hmm. We're surrounded by them. That's why we have to always ceaselessly pray, because they're always coming at us from every angle. Sometimes they come at us in our minds. Sometimes they come at us from the street, but they're always racing at us.
Right.
And ultimately it's because we carry, you know, God's blessing. We carry God's gift. We carry God's seed. And they're trying, you know, the enemy is always trying to tear down what God is building, but he can't do it because the Lord doesn't allow him to do it. So, you know, we got to be on guard. Keep yourself prayed up. I'm big on spiritual warfare. For those of you who are prayer warriors, spiritual warfare is very important. I always give the example that if you were to clean this table perfectly, you go away for a week and come back, what's on the table?
Lint, dust, right? It's going to be the natural way of life. That this table is going to continue to get dusty unless you create a process and a continued process of keeping it clean. It works the same way for our minds. Right. And so you got to stay in prayer. You got to stay in prayer, especially over the enemy, you know. And there are many years that I did not believe in the enemy. And you know, it wasn't until I lost some very important things. I think the Lord needed to show me that. You know, I have an awareness I want to bring here to the table too. Go ahead and say it now. Ain't no need to stop it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden because they ate of the tree of knowledge, right?
Right.
I just had a notion that God set the whole system up so that everyone would get kicked out of the garden. You see, the garden is no place for ripe fruit. Ripe fruit goes bad in the garden.
Okay.
Ripe fruit needs to be removed from the garden so that it can go fulfill its purpose. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So Adam and Eve, Lord already knew that they was going to mess up. He already knew that they was going to eat of the tree. He already knew that they weren't going to do right.
Okay.
But in that knowledge, he knew that they would grow to a place where they would need to expand. They would grow to a place where they were too ripe for the garden. And now they got to go on. Like, we all would have been kicked out of the garden. I don't know of a single man on the globe who would have stayed in the garden forever and not eaten of this tree.
You crazy hell. My kids don't even want to leave my ass now. I bet you they'd stayed up in there and everything in the garden.
Everybody gonna want to look under
everything now.
Everybody gonna want to look under that shoebox cap. You don't want to see what's in there. And when you do, you're gonna get cast out. We all would have been.
I ain't say they wasn't gonna get cast out. They get cast out now.
They'll get cast out. Not at all. Okay. So listen, I'm on one tonight. You can see
you are,
but I'm trying to lay down some love and wisdom. You know?
And again, you know, when we go back to Adam and Eve and you see how they was cast out, and then we've been cursed since then. My whole thing is understanding that and doing better than that. You know, because again, to sit there and blame somebody else for all the stuff that's going to happen to you is exactly what that is blame.
Yeah.
I like to say, take ownership of the mistakes you made and grow from them.
That's right.
These are the ways that you're going to find out about a blessing in your lesson, because a lot of time, all we want to do is blame. I like to say, let's get past some of the blaming and start holding ourselves more accountable and make the change. Because a lot of times you throw things your way because you ain't even on the right path. You far from where you need to be. I don't know exactly where you need to be. I don't, but you know, pour it out with me. That's what we do here. Pour it out for we can try to figure it out. But bottom line, we all got to come together and quit blaming each other, putting each other down. Crabs in a bucket. All this is brokenness. Let's get healed. I think one of the problems why relationships is failing so much, because broken people think they can fix each other. They ain't taking time to healing. So you got a person that's been broken and then get with another person that's broken, and then they feel like they can fix each other. And then they're not whole. They're far from it. But they feel the best they can because they hurt. Yeah, they ain't getting past it.
But Jay, you know as well as I do, and I'm empathetic for all of those people because change is so hard.
Change can be,
change is really a difficult thing, right? Because it requires stepping out of the unknown. The other side of it is that sometimes, life causes you to have to be so tough that you can be hurting and not acknowledge it.
Yeah.
You could be going through and you've learned to balance it. You've learned to say, okay, I know I'm hurting, but I'm going out tonight. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna treat myself, and not taking care of the thing that really needs to get taken care of, which is the heart. And so I'm empathetic for those people. Sometimes they just don't know.
And I give it to them. They don't.
Yeah.
But not knowing ain't helping either. So we're trying to bring a knowledge or awareness to a lot of things that goes on, because hurt people.
Yeah.
And if we don't bring attention to what people do, they'll continue.
Yeah.
And that's why we need to be stronger friends and understand people that's around us. But no, we like to judge. We put them down.
There you go. Listen, it's time for us to take our first break. We hope you folks are enjoying the show. We're going to show a Minecraft clip here.
Yes.
Hope you enjoy it. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay
right after this.
Minecraft, and my name is Stacy. Tonight, I want to give you what we call a mantra. A mantra is a set of statements or a statement that you will continue to say over and over and over again in an effort to condition or treat or change your own mind. Today's mantra is, everything is working for my good. Imagine what happens when your state of mind moves from, I'm not really sure if this is going to work out, to everything is working for my good. Can't you hear the difference in the strength and the positivity and the energy between those two? And so today I want you to say it over and over and over. Everything is working for my good. And you can add any number of statements to it. Everything is working for my good in my finances. Everything is working for my good in my relationships. Everything is working for my good in my mind. Everything is working for my good in my life. Everything is working for my good in my job. Everything is working for good in my career. Everything is working for my good in my family. Everything is working for my good for my father. You have to begin to apply the consciousness to your life. But if you're stating everything is working for good, and thoughts do create reality, you are pouring pure positivity into your world. And that's all I'm looking for it to happen, is for you to be able to state truths over your life that'll continue to perpetuate positivity and more life in your life. Today, you should know that everything is working for your good and everything is going to turn out just fine. Continue to speak it, continue to state it, claim it, affirm it, declare it as though it's real and though it's true and though it's already done. Today, everything is working for my good. This is Minecraft. My name is Stacy, and I'm just trying to keep you positive through positive affirmations.
All right, welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back.
My man Crab be hitting you with that mental, boy.
Yeah, man. We got to have it, man. There's no other way to produce positive energy in your life. There
All
is
right,
no
That's
other
true.
way.
There's no way.
That is the only way to produce positive energy in your life, is through your thoughts. It happens first in your thoughts, and then it will take place in
that's
your
true.
life,
Okay.
right? And man, I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to get the world to understand that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and the thoughts that you think and the words that come out of your mouth somehow come into fruition, into your real reality. And if you haven't been able to see it yet, you got to get a load of this. You got to feel this, because people are leaving potential on the table because they're thinking random thoughts, thinking that it doesn't matter, and
Right.
it does matter.
Yes.
You can't go and think low frequency thoughts, anger and sadness and resentment
Right.
and pain and frustrations and doubt. You can't think those. You got to find a way to elevate yourself
Yes,
in
you
every
do.
single moment of every day.
Mhm.
It's like a light plug. It's like plugging into a light socket.
Mhm.
If you plug into a light socket and there's not enough power, you're not going to be able to feed
It's true.
yourself
Mhm.
the power,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And so we gotta get a load of how thoughts create reality, and I got some
Mhm.
ways to do it, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my time trying to make it happen, Jay.
And I'm definitely gonna be on your side, man. Listening,
Yes, most
encouraging you to
definitely.
continue doing it because again, you're a blessing. A lot of people might not understand it right now, but
They don't.
bottom line, in time they will.
in time,
Yes,
in time.
it
Yeah,
will.
I gotta say it enough times,
Yes.
and I
In
think
time.
it'll catch on.
Mhm.
And I got some ways that the Lord
Okay.
gonna give me some unfair
That's true,
share,
that's true.
Yes, He is.
Yeah.
So let's jump into our topic for tonight:
Oh, Lord.
grown ass men.
Okay.
Fellas, at what age
Uh-huh.
did you stop cheating? What happened that made you more honest? What you think, Jay?
Jay.
All right. I mean, this is one of those situations where you want to be truthful, but I really don't feel like telling you my damn business. I done did it all the time, and I said it 50 million times. So, only thing I can say what made me stop cheating. Being honest with you is probably the feeling that I had that I hurt somebody that I didn't really mean to. I meant to cheat. Don't get me wrong. I did that. I didn't meant to get caught. And when I got caught, her ass left me because I tried to lie and say I didn't, and I did. So
Yeah.
that word there
That's
was
normal.
one of embarrassing hurtfulness where she's trying to give me an opportunity to be honest, and honesty was
Right.
not in me at that time.
Oh,
It was looking at her face telling me that she was disgusted with my presence because of what I did, and I'm steadily lying, saying I ain't do it.
my
Okay.
goodness.
In hindsight, why were you lying?
Because I didn't want to get caught, and then I didn't want her to know. That's why I did what I did, to keep her from knowing. I didn't think she would ever find out.
You
And
didn't think
she
she
did.
would ever find out?
What? No.
Folks, you gotta know
my
that
goodness.
everything that happens in the dark will come to the light.
Well, I don't know about everything, but that one right there came to light because
I'm telling
somebody
you.
snitched on me.
Everything, Jay.
She came back and told.
Yeah.
She told everybody.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Oh,
hold
my
Walter.
goodness,
Yeah.
Jay.
She didn't tell
Wow.
me that when we was, I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
She had to go back and tell everybody. It was between me and her. We thought we was consenting adults. She went back and told everybody, so it got back. And I was sitting there like, why would you do this? She was like, well, you act like you didn't care. I ain't care for you. I care for the other one. I ain't care for you. Don't trip. You know what it was. So yeah, she got me, man. And she
So-
got me good.
so
And
let
she
me
got
ask-
me to a point where I said, you know something? I need to stop some of the stuff I'm doing because I'm not living right. And because of that, and then listen to this person get in me and cuss me out and leave me alone because of the acts that I was doing, I had to look at the one that snitched. And she's like, well, I guess you can be with me now. Oh, no.
Oh my
Yo,
gosh.
tell a tubby behind. No. I sat back and I said, you know something?
Tell it.
This ain't gonna work. I'm tired of this path. It's a path that I went down following other people. I'm not gonna say who because it
Okay.
didn't matter.
Okay. I want to hear about that transition. What was going on the inside that made you, that's what we're talking about here. What happened that made you more honest? Like, what were you feeling? Were you feeling like you did something really, really wrong? Or were you feeling like I really, really hurt somebody? like, I hurt somebody that might have been, I had a future with, or were you thinking to
Yeah,
yourself,
what's
like,
that?
the devil came to see you one night and said, if you don't stop doing this, I'm gonna chop your head.
Yeah,
I mean,
what
what
happened?
happened? What brought you to because
Okay.
typically people do things for two
Yeah.
reasons, right?
Mhm.
Go
To
ahead.
gain a benefit
Right.
or
Mhm.
avoid a loss.
Right.
Period. No matter who you're working with, what they're doing, they're
Right.
gonna be doing it for one or two. What happened, Jay? What was that scenario like? What was the internal emotional thing going on that made you want to change?
At the time, I was just being greedy. I had an opportunity
In
to
hindsight,
be
you
with
can see
another
that.
person. I was being greedy. So I went on ahead and took this other opportunity because it presented itself and it just seemed so easy at the time. And I did it. And then not knowing that person was going to run back and be a snitch and tell everybody. So when I got back and she ended up finding out, I really felt
no.
like by me being honest, I had a huge chance of her leaving me. Well, guess what? I doubled them chances by lying.
Oh,
just to help y'all out. If y'all choose to take this path,
this is a hindsight picture.
Yes, that path right there was totally wrong. But anyway, I took it and I tried to lie my way out of it, and it failed miserably. And in the midst of me lying, I kept listening to myself repeat a lie that I knew was a lie, and I know that wasn't me. But I know I didn't want the end result of what was happening. So I had to say to myself, you know, let me just stop. And I did. I stopped lying because, you know, I'm saying I'm sorry. I ain't mean to. I'm saying all the things to try to keep her knowing good and well I did all the things that she accused me of. So I stopped all that and I said, you know something, time to grow up. And she looked at me and she was like, so what? And I said, and I just got to be honest because I did lie. I lied and I did. And she was, you know, at this point, she already knew. So she was just happy to hear the truth, but she was already done because the lie already told. So when she walked away, it made me look at myself saying, you know something, everybody else is going to end up doing the same thing if I keep doing the same thing. And I did this more than once. And I got tired of that.
That's good, Jay.
And I really felt like at this point, I have to make a change or I'm going to continue doing
the same cycle.
Everybody say all men do.
Yeah.
Well, just understand they all men. I was cheating with a woman, okay? She gave me a total nice little package to go with while everybody talk about what all men. I was cheating with a woman, so she's cheating too. My whole thing is that's if you want to look at it that way. I want to look at it better. I ain't holding her. I hold me accountable.
So, and let me. I love where you're going, Jay. And I think it's so important that we recognize here. One of my favorite things about this show is that Jay always come from a place of self.
Yep.
Right. Whatever happened in the past, whatever he did, he's taken full ownership of it.
Yes,
he's done it dozens upon dozens of times on this show, right? And so I really like that. I appreciate that. And Jay, one of the things you mentioned was greed.
Yes.
But what caused you to cheat in the first place? What was okay? You lied about it, but what was you out there in the first place? Was you unhappy? Were you a player? Were you just you kept getting caught up?
Kind of a player, and it was an opportunity to present itself that had very little effort. Normally, I'm a hunter. I'm normally going out there and I'm seeking a prey. I'm looking at women sitting at a table. I try to find the one that I feel is attracted to me, and I walk up to that person and I shoot my game. Okay. Now, one thing you know is that's build up confidence because you got to be confident to walk up between some girls and shoot your shot. Because Lord knows if it's the wrong one, it's gonna be some embarrassing moments. I had all of them. Okay. So now I get the one that I picked and I'm with her, and I really feel I'm happy, but obviously I'm not content because I guess somebody else giving me an offer that I'm not even working for. I had to work for this one. This one is giving me something like it up just up front. Now, anything to come easy comes with a price. And I wasn't paying attention to the price at the time. That's why I call it greed. Because if I really would have took the time to look, it wasn't worth it.
Right.
But to me, on the upfront, it was packaged quickly and I didn't have to do nothing. It was very little work. I didn't have to chase after her. I didn't have to date her. I didn't have to do anything. It was just right there.
Low-hanging fruit.
Right. And it was a good, decent looking fruit too. I'm like, okay. So see, I ain't got to do nothing that's right there attractive. And it's just pushing itself on me.
It'll never get out.
I'm like, okay, so if we good with this, and you know what's going on in my life, we all good, right? Oh, yeah, whatever. It went down. Next thing you know, blabbermouth over here telling everybody, I don't really know. I'm thinking life is cool. I'm back over here thinking everything's lovely. And what did you do the other night? Now, you would never ask me what I did any other time. Why last night? Because that's the night I did it. Why last night? Because she knew. It's like, oh, well, is there anything you need to tell me?
And listen, you already determined as the conversation started that she knew automatically that she knew something, but you didn't know what she knew.
Right. And I sensed it by the whole conversation because tone change, her mood changed. Yeah. But it was a slick move. It was what all happened last night? Like I'm really gonna tell you what I did. I'm like, what you mean? I told you I kicked it, had some fun. Who? Never went into detail ever in the past about who or nothing. Was always calm, so smooth, and collect all day long. So now I'm backing up, be like, okay. So you trying to say you say I was with somebody or something? Well, obviously that's what you trying to tell
my
me. I said,
God.
oh, she doing this reverse thing. Well, I'm kind of good with that too. I said, well, we can go back and forth all day long. But if you got some trust issues, you didn't need to say something. Is it really me having trust issues? You just ain't trustworthy. I said, is that for good? I said, no, I ain't. What you mean? I'm trustworthy. Girl,
Listen.
first of all, did you catch me with her?
Yeah, listen, I wanna attack this, right? I want to attack this portion of the
Yes,
show,
Oh,
well,
right?
there you go, man. I always want to bring it in.
well, I'm saying-
Go for it.
Let's just say you've been talking 5 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes, you known that you telling a lie.
Okay.
Right?
Okay,
We're longer than that, but
minutes,
okay.
so what?
Everybody hear where I'm going?
I got you.
Right? Like, that's a tough.
Yeah.
And it probably lasted. How long was it before you fessed? Because some people don't
Oh,
never
bro.
fess.
Bro.
It wasn't me.
Oh, it was
wasn't me.
good 15, 20 minutes in.
Oh,
Oh,
that ain't no
God.
time. That wasn't no
Right.
What you
days.
talking about?
Jeez.
Man, I had to string this one
Wow.
along. I had to
Wow.
string it along for a while.
So,
Wow.
but the
so-
conversation ended up changing. That's when I ended up being more truthful. But
and
I
is
wasn't
it,
giving in like that.
was it because she was really catching you in your shit? Is that why you?
Yeah.
Is that why you gave in? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
she-
ain't no way to run now.
The girl snitched so much. She gave so much detail. I was fried. I was persecuted, fried. Man, listen, I couldn't get out of that, man, to
Oh my
save
gosh.
nothing. She
Oh.
what I was wearing. I mean, everything, man.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness. You told
Woo
everything.
wee. She gave a lot of detail that
Oh.
you could tell. You just swear up and down they was best friends the way they was talking.
Oh.
So it was just too much detail being shot at me. So for all the lies I was coming back with, and I was coming back with them quickly because I'm kind of quick on my feet.
Yeah.
But one of the things I got tired of lying because I'm quick on my feet with facts.
You got tired of lying.
Yeah, and I got tired. I
You
got
got
to a point
tired.
where I already knew she caught me. She was already known that she knows something. And there's no need of me trying to get how she know, because to me, it ain't matter. I'm busted. I'm going down the path that ain't helping neither one of us. She already let me know she ain't with that. She done. So now I got to save face because I already gave up face with the lie. So I said, you know something, towards the end, she kept going. She never lost her cool, never raised her voice. She was just sitting there. And then she started crying. And that messed me up because I was just in the midst of my line.
That's
and
what
I'm thinking
oh
about a
my
second degree
gosh.
lie to see if I can counteract the
Yeah.
other lie. And then I'm
Yeah.
seeing her crying and I'm sitting there like, all this I'm doing ain't helping nothing. She didn't deserve this. And
That's
all
what I
I can
wanted
hear
to
her
talk
say
about
is
right
all
there.
I want to
That's
know
terrible.
is that's how you think of me. And it's like, I never thought about it on a low end.
yeah.
And I put her there with my actions. And now I can't man up. I can't even man up. So at that point, I said,
Oh.
yes, I can. It's time for me to stop
That
with the damn lie.
heartbreaking.
She already crying. She
Oh.
already let me know it hurt her to her core. And all I'm doing is just trying to save face for a cowardly actor. What I say cowardly because it wasn't nothing manly about the shit I did. Okay. Beating it up and all that shit, man. Say that. When you hurt somebody and you see somebody sit there and cry and you want to tell me about how you a man and what all you did, you ain't no damn man. A damn man protects.
Yeah.
I left her out there and I didn't protect her because I wanted to do some greedy stuff over here. So I'm not going to act like I'm the man over here.
Yeah.
I did a move that I wasn't proud of because I
Yeah.
seen my actions when watching this girl cry. And I ain't never seen her cry before. I'm watching her cry over my actions and I'm steadily lying, trying to get out of it. And I just said, forget it because it wasn't going nowhere. She
Right.
wasn't trying
Yeah.
to leave, but I think she just wanted to hear the truth. Now she ended up
Yeah.
leaving
Yeah.
me.
Of
She-
course,
I
yeah.
tell y'all that. Nobody called me up talking about, well, she probably was a fool who stayed with you. No, she wasn't a fool ever. I was. And I own up to that. I was the fool. But don't sit over there and boast because I finally came truthful with it. We all make mistakes.
Yes.
Right.
Half of us won't ever admit up to them. So
Won't
don't
ever
tell
admit.
me
They
about,
won't.
Jay, I'm telling because I don't care for nobody to keep going through a mistake and then not take ownership.
Listen,
That's my biggest problem.
and listen, we gotta drill this into the heads of people that I don't know. There's value in the truth. Like, we gotta stop running from realities of life.
That's true.
And we do all make mistakes. And
Yeah.
maybe your excuse is I was weak, I was sad, I felt lonely, you didn't
Right,
give me
right.
enough attention. Maybe you do got some real reasons, you know what I mean? But to keep hurting someone, and that's what I wanted to hear,
Yes,
Jay,
that's true.
because there was something that you began to feel about yourself as it relates to her that really, really caused you to change your mind. And
Right.
you said it. I saw her cry. And he was like, she don't deserve that.
Nope.
That's what I wanted to hear.
That's
right.
true.
Nope.
Yeah,
There comes a point at which you are wrong where you have to begin expressing a remorse. And the remorse can do a lot of healing for you, right? But standing on the ground of lying, thinking that it's gonna fade away, thinking that they're never gonna know, thinking
didn't work
that
out well for me.
it doesn't ever work out well for anyone,
No.
right? Because it's like putting a gremlin in the system. You know, I was always told never put a gremlin in the system. So
I think I put a gremlin in somebody, but anyway. Is that the gremlin they were talking about? Yeah, that got me in trouble.
Right? A gremlin is something that they always gonna have. It plants doubts. It plants seeds of concern in people's heads. You know, and so if you, let's just say you're at work and you made a mistake. Mm-hmm. Well, don't say, well, Johnny told me to do it, and
right, trying to find some other reason.
Right, you got to find some other reason, because the next time the client gonna be like, well, is Johnny still working for y'all? Okay, well, I'll wait till he done, and then I'll put in my next order. Right?
No, you gonna follow Johnny. I fired Johnny last time. You fired today, partner. So you find Johnny, and you
listen. A very, very rich dialogue. I'm loving this show, and you folks stay tuned. We're gonna take our final break. We'll be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
Right after this.
Do you know that you can change your own mind with just 2 words? I've got a very powerful exercise called mental equivalence, and I'm going to help you create the 2-word phrases that will absolutely change your life. Hello, family. This is Stacy with Mindcraft, and I want to share an idea regarding mental equivalence. Mental equivalence means that I need to have in my mind an idea that is equivalent to the manifestation that I want to create. You know, I oftentimes talk about working your mind out, exercising your mind. This is a great example of how to exercise your mind in the direction of your goals and your dreams and the direction that you want to achieve in your life. And so I'm going to give you, for example, several mental equivalents. And the whole idea here is to just give you a structure of what they look like. These exercises won't mean a whole lot unless you sit down with a clean sheet of paper and do them for yourself. This is the exercise that I did today on mental equivalence regarding life. You see, what I'm attempting to do is to get you to do forward thinking. I need you to think about what you want your life to look like, what you want your life to be like, what you want to experience in your life tomorrow, next week, next month. And it goes like this. I want a fun-filled life. Most of these quotes are 2-word quotes, but I want you to hear this. I want a fun-filled life. I want a life that's smooth and easy. I want a life that's laser-focused. I want to be really organized. You hear these 2-word phrases and how powerful they are? I want to be ahead of the curve and never behind. I want to be a great father. I want to be a great person. I want to be goal-oriented. What I am attempting to do here is to tell my spirit and to tell my mind what it is to achieve tomorrow. Tomorrow mind, tomorrow spirit, tomorrow soul, I want to experience victory. I'm telling my mind to go tomorrow and experience victory. And when I get to tomorrow, I'm expecting that my mind and my spirit will have created victories for me. I'm telling my mind that I want more freedom. I'm telling my spirit that I want constant achievements. I want big breaks. I want to live large. I want beautiful relationships. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want favor and support. I want to feel loved. You hear where I'm going, folks? I'm projecting positivity over my life through 2-word statements. Very powerful. I want you to begin to speak mental equivalence over your life, and even more so, if you folks keep journals or you pull out a clean sheet of paper, I want you to write 2-word phrases down that represent what you want to have, be, or do in your life. Mental equivalence is an extremely powerful exercise, and I'm going to continue to share many of them with you. Mental equivalence about prosperity, mental equivalence about your health, mental equivalence about your situations and your circumstances. We've got to learn to change our own mind, and mental equivalence is one of those really powerful exercises that you can do on a daily basis or even moment-to-moment basis to help you continue to drive forward in your life. My name is Stacy, and this is Mindcraft, and I just want you to have a powerful 2-word idea in your mind. Tomorrow is going to be a fantastic day.
All right, welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay.
And welcome back.
Fantastic, boy! I tell you,
we're gonna have a man. You gotta learn how to prophesy.
I see that. Speak it into existence.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a fantastic day.
Stop telling them lies. Quit speaking them lies to existence. You know what's gonna happen. Quit saying you sorry. You know you ain't. I had to get better, man. It took time. We had to bring Rock on. My son said that he had some developments and he wanted to talk about his. So look into the camera. Tell us about your experience and what made you wise up from cheating to being honest.
Man, I had a lady, man. She was in her 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear me? All right. So I had a lady. She was in her 40s. She
Mm-hmm.
had 2 kids. We kicked it, Easter Sunday. We hit the Easter Sunday. And she let me know that some of the things that I was talking about was like, Jay, I mess with you, but boy, this ain't that. And it made me realize that sometimes you can't just say what you want to say and expect for people to accept you. Now, I'm being realistic when I say this, because the things that I said, I guess she really expected. But
what was you talking
honestly, about? Man, I was talking about achieving some things. I ain't even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
And she wasn't feeling that?
Man, hell no.
Okay.
Not embarrassing. Okay.
You did right to get rid of her.
I'm speaking the truth.
I mean,
honest.
Have you ever cheated on a lady?
Huh?
You ever cheated?
Yeah. That's
yeah.
why I had to go.
And did you ever feel bad about cheating?
Yeah.
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 What made you feel bad?
It felt bad because she had them 2 kids and I was a part of their lives, and I wasn't trying to step out like that. But when I made that act that I made, because I felt like, hey, I'm gonna go over here and do this and then come back to you, she let me know right now that I pulled the same move as quote unquote her ex. And I wasn't going for it, but I'm not gonna lie, she gave me the blueprint to do it. And I really felt like I'll be a bigger man to repair what I just done, and figured that I can control the outcome that I really wasn't ready for. So
you wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I mean, but we ain't gonna talk about you.
I like the fact that he felt bad though. That's what's important.
Bad.
And feeling bad. I think God is watching all of our hearts.
Yes.
I really believe that our hearts are being measured. And when you know that you did wrong and you don't feel bad about it, you're not honoring
some
the
don't
self.
feel bad. Some don't feel bad.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who don't feel bad because I don't believe they know the consequences of their actions. I don't believe they know that they're hurting people. It hasn't dawned on them. Maybe they're so selfish.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just not paying attention. Maybe they think they're getting away with murder and the other person doesn't know.
Yeah.
But
can I have some fun?
Yeah.
I just want to have some fun, y'all. Because there's some people to be hurt, and I told them the truth too. I've told people I'm not looking for a monogamous relationship, and I just date, and they put me in it anyway. So they look at anything I do as like cheating. So they see me out with somebody, and they feel like they was hurt. How the hell are you hurt? Because you out there cheating. I'm not cheating. First of all, cheating is getting in a monogamous relationship with a person, or being in a relationship with a person, or being engaged. These are all commitments, let alone being married. But that's not cheating. That's adultery. I'm just saying, if you're dating, you are getting to know somebody and you're not in a position of any kind of cheating, any one of y'all can talk to anybody you want to talk to. I did that on purpose because I was tired of making mistakes. One of my mistakes is getting into a monogamous relationship knowing I wanted to talk to other people. So I tell people on the upfront, that's not what I want. People put me in a relationship anyway. My whole thing is if I didn't ask for it and you put me in it, then don't tell me about your hurt feelings, because I promise you, a lot of them, no, I don't feel no remorse.
None of those feelings are justified. Right?
I'm not feeling it.
If you tell them one thing and they think something else, that
right.
you can't.
But they'll try to throw it on you.
Yeah, but that's running game.
Oh, well, you think they don't? Yeah, you think I ain't got it ran on me?
That's right.
But I didn't see no tears then.
Yeah,
that wasn't no realness.
I mean, some
look
people,
at it. See that you just got you know that game.
Some people don't feel bad though.
They don't.
I done had man cheat on me and they don't even say sorry.
I mean, but that help though, because I tried sorry.
But the worst thing, they don't even tell the truth, and you see it right there. Like if a girl steal their phone and they calling you and telling you what really going on, and the man still lying to.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a sickness to me, because they can't really admit to their faults and their wrongs, and
they're gonna keep doing it.
And they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah,
they're gonna keep doing it.
And they're gonna
because if they ain't accepting that they done something wrong to any, well, really to two people.
Yeah,
3 people himself too.
But
three because himself, the other girl, and the other girl. That's 3 people, because he's sick himself. Because he doing it mentally himself. He gotta go lie to this person. He gotta go lie to that person. He just putting himself through a big tango for nothing.
Yeah, and you know what I think happens is I don't think those people are awoke. It's like if I got a lady,
right,
and I go out and cheat on her, right, that I go out, cheat, do my thing, play for the night, I come home, I'm expecting life to just kind of stay where it is, right? Like, she doesn't know, it's not going to matter, it shouldn't affect anything else, right? Those people, they're not even concerned if you are hurt. They're not even concerned if they're hurting somebody. They're not awoke at all. They're not in the least bit thinking about how it might hurt the kids. They're not in the least bit thinking about it might cause a divorce. They're not in the least bit thinking about somebody's feelings may be destroyed.
Oh my gosh.
Like they're not awake. Those people are not
low
awake.
Vibrations.
Low vibration, right? They're not really connected to you. And sometimes it's the they figure out that you are hurt, or you about to leave them, or you're gonna go get somebody else, and that, gain a benefit or avoid a loss. Now they want to fess up.
It's because they want what they want. It's because they want what they want.
Right, but they're not thinking about anybody else.
Right, selfish.
For themselves.
Yeah, they're not
selfish
awoke, I
think they ain't woke. That's why they sleep around.
Yeah. And watch this. Let's read the question.
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
What's that?
So I had an open relationship with a woman. She was mature. And as we went through our relationship, I'm not gonna lie. First lady, fine. Second lady, cool. Third lady, a little intimate. But when I had to go back to this person I had an intimate relationship with, and it was supposed to be an open relationship, I found out that she had feelings, which really set the relationship back, because even though it was supposed to be open, I guess we were supposed to talk about all of our sexual endeavors.
I mean,
what?
Usually doesn't happen.
I talked about
you didn't get the memo.
No,
somebody had sent you the memo.
I talked about them, but it wasn't a whole full conversation. So by the time I got to the third one, she was just like, well, damn, nigga, you really for the streets. And I'm just like, I told you, it is an open relationship. I mean, we out here doing our thing. But one thing I came to realize was this was a good woman. I didn't want to hurt her. But what killed me was she acted like, oh, well, I'm going to go do this and this and this and that. But what killed the relationship was when she seen that I was willing to go do this and this and that. And at the same time, I'm not willing to lie about that. I'm dead ass honest. And that's kind of what killed
so
it.
you were slapping across the forehead with the truth.
She was really looking for me to be like, well, I did all this and maybe it really wasn't nothing. Nah. Because I told you about the first one and brushed it off. I told you about the second one and brushed it off. But that third encounter, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. That shit was something special. I for real. I ain't even know she could do all that.
She had your toes curled.
She did it for me, my dog.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with it. Hey,
So watch
I'm
this.
proud of you, child.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
So, grown ass men, fellas, at what age
Uh-huh.
did you stop cheating? What happened that made you more honest? We all know that maturity plays a major part in this equation, right?
Yeah.
And so, oftentimes, we'll find that men will start catching the reality of their behavior later in life. And so, and it may work the same way for women. You know what I mean? We do a lot of running around, a lot of nonsense, early in our years. And then we finally figure out that, hey, we're getting left behind, or we finally figure out that we've hurt enough people, and maybe that's why our career is not going, or why our health is not good, or, we start to take ownership of some of the stuff that we've done.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, in my younger days, I was a madman. You know what I mean? I was a madman. I had a lot of women in my life, and I had a way of keeping it low key, and I didn't make any promises, and I was just kind of all over the place. And I remember, I haven't told any of my stories yet, but I'll tell you one real quick.
Okay.
And I may have shared this before, but I'm going with this girl, and we have been going together about 3 years. The relationship is really weaning. It's really going downhill, but I love her and she loves me, and so we're trying to work it out. But all of a sudden, I seen this other dime piece, and she was just like what Jay said. She made it really easy and really available, right? And so I cheated,
right?
And so I cheated, and she was so beautiful, I had to go back again, right?
Oh yeah.
And I started having an affinity for her. Remember, my relationship over here is kind of weaning. I'm mad with this one. We arguing, da. So one day, my actual girlfriend, called me and said, "Listen, I need you to come over. I need to talk to you." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." Well, when I walked in her room, both of them was sitting there, right?
Woo!
And here's my moment of truth.
Okay.
When I walked in the room and I saw both of them sitting there,
right,
I immediately said, "I'm caught."
Okay.
And from that very moment, I just stood in the gap. I just told the truth.
Right.
And they were, women, they want to know more than men. Right. Women want to know, how long has this been going on there? Well, where was y'all when y'all be at?
Details.
Yeah. And I didn't share probably too many of them, but I realized in that moment I heard them.
Right.
And the unfortunate thing was that the girl who was the side piece.
Right.
I had to take her home at the end of the day.
One more time.
Well, it was dark, and I couldn't let her walk across campus, right?
Oh my goodness,
you so killed that relationship. Oh my God.
Well, and I went on upstairs. Killed that too.
You said if you ain't gonna best be no more, get one more time.
But she was so beautiful, though, man. I never forget her. Man, name was Donna. Oh my God. Woo.
He's still thinking about you today,
I'm
girl.
still thinking about you, girl. I should have stayed with you. That's what I'm thinking. But she was traveling all over the world, making a lot of money, everything. I could have been her real man,
what
you know.
Say?
But I felt bad about all that, and I'll be honest with you. As my relationships happened over the next number of years, I was always afraid to cheat. It was like, I realized that, what, Stacey? Karma's going to hit you dead in the face, and you're going to fall in love with somebody, and she's going to tear you to shreds, and you can't put yourself in that position. So, Lord, forgive me for all that I did, and I'm going to do right from now on.
There you go.
And I did right from then on. And it was only that I became a different man after my divorce. And after my divorce, that one woman program just wasn't going to work for me.
I got a question, Jay.
Because I was still hurting.
Ain't cheating still an aspect of life?
Cheating can be, but please understand one thing: all people don't cheat.
No, I'm not.
I gotta make sure I throw that in there.
It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay off.
Everybody want to say
most of the time, the person who they cheated on, that's the one they really want.
Yeah, but everybody doesn't cheat. That's one of the things I gotta say, because
so
we have a stigmatism always thinking that men always cheat. And women. No. There are some people that's loyal and they're not out there like that. And I want to speak for them. Because hats off to all the ones that did the right thing, and now they got to do the shame of hearing me say of cheating and what I've done. When I know it's a
know
lot
how
of
it feel to
honorable
be
people out there
cheated
that never cheated,
There
never
are,
had a thought of cheating, ain't never wanted to
That's
cheat.
it.
And my
Hello.
hats off to them. I didn't take that route. I hope
I
they
don't
live
want to
a more
cheat
bliss
because I
life.
know how that
But
Well-
I had to do my own lesson, my own 419s. I had to have
Mhm.
all my own mistakes for I can become my own person.
Okay.
That
Well,
I can speak from truth, not from somebody else.
Well,
Not
he-
because of what I think should happen. Is I know what happened.
yeah, here go
Well,
the truth.
Uh-huh.
The truth is,
Tell me.
as of 2019,
Okay.
about 72% of all married couples admit that they have cheated.
Whoo, can I get in?
And so what it suggests is that there's a lot of
Cheating.
there's a lot of cheating still going on. It's going on. It's real in the world.
What's
And,
the purpose of
so-
cheating?
obviously people
you're gonna
nobody ever taught us how to listen.
What is the purpose?
We seek our entire lives, and we
Alright.
probably should close with this. We
What's
seek
that?
our entire lives for a loving, long-term, lasting, lifetime relationship.
Right.
But we have never had a single lifetime one-to-one relationship.
Mm.
So we're constantly seeking to achieve something that we have never achieved before. Right? If you're 30 or 35 when you finally get married,
Right.
that you've had a dozen in and out relationships.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
still have not had one that lasts 10 years. You still have not had one that lasts 20 years.
Right.
So
Because of cheating.
there is no textbook for how to manage and be in a relationship. And so what happens is people have a fallacy about it.
Right.
They enter into it with that
Mhm.
fallacy. They get the realness, and ultimately people
Break.
dissipate. The relationship
Right.
dissipates. So
Failure.
So
That's fair
and
enough.
cheating just happens to be an easy way out to go get some love and attention. But
Mhm.
listen, without a shadow of a doubt, we have to get out of here. We hope you folks have enjoyed the show.
Yes,
This
yes.
has been Bar Talk with Jay.
Solid.
My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy
In the
Jay-
building.
Smooth Jay.
And I'm Rock, baby.
We got Rock in the house, and of
Yes,
course
Queen
Queen
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Please.
And
Can't
we,
be seen, won't be known. Just hear that
you
voice.
Don't know.
That way.
we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. We're here every Thursday from 7
Yes.
to 8 Facebook Live. And of course, please like, share, subscribe, send to all your friends and family.
That's right.
And continue to come back and join us as we continue to dive into these great, deep wisdom dialogues.
Let's get it.
We love you folks. We appreciate you. And with that,
Always.
We
we
are
are
out.
out.
Yeah.